Hey there, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. As you know, on this channel we talk about how in life it's not only me and it's not only you, but life's ups and downs are universal. And when we're going through those difficult times, we can find strength, we can have compassion on ourselves, and ultimately we can grow. And when we're going through those joyous times, we can be present and fully embrace them and enjoy them and appreciate them. So today I wanted to talk about difficult times. So I'm gonna read a quote. It's really a thought, but it's a quote. Difficult times will grow you faster and deeper than any mastery program you could ever enroll in. That's true. And it's true because a number of reasons. Difficult times can skyrocket your growth in many areas of life, but really the number one area I think is resilience, like your ability to bounce back, especially at a difficult time. I think of it as a rubber band, right? Your resilience is a rubber band, like that muscle of resilience is a rubber band, right? So there are points in life when your band it gets stretched, right? And then there are times when there are certain experiences that they don't even stretch you. They're not even difficult, because it's almost like anything after that rough time or difficult time that really stretched you, it's like nothing else. Typical things, they're very minor. I believe this is why oftentimes sometimes adults always downplay high school drama or things that teenagers are going through, because after that point in their life they got stretched by something greater, something bigger. So looking back at, the things that could take place in a school environment, in respect of, things that might get kids down or stress kids out or make kids, worry, whether it could be hairstyles, it could be clothing, it could be acceptance, things like that, where somebody might have a harder time giving it as much energy as the person going through it, because in their mind, right, they're like, that's nothing. Their band has been stretched, so they don't see the significance of that experience. But when you are the one that's never been stretched like that, that's everything to you. It's a hard thing. It's difficult. You feel like there is no tomorrow. There's no getting past this. This needs to be addressed right now. This is consuming you. But it's because your resilience band has not grown. It hasn't been stretched. And that's why difficult times stretch you, and they develop that resilience faster and deeper than anything that you could sign up for or try to intentionally be a part of to grow, or to grow oneself. When you are going through a difficult time, you are outside of your comfort zone. And outside of your comfort zone, you have to try different things. The comfort of my go-to this or my go-to that, or my way of handling this or way of handling that, it's not applicable sometimes, and it's not available. When we're outside of our comfort zone, our norm is impacted, and the way that I would do something or the way that I do something, typically that option is not available, or I can't do it the exact same way. So it forces it forces me to be resourceful. I have to come up with a different way of doing it because this way is not going to work, or this way didn't work. Now I'm trying to figure out, a different way to do something. So I start thinking more. In life, we can operate on autopilot sometimes, even with driving, right? If you do your same commute, and if you've been doing it long enough, there might be a day where you don't remember the last few miles. You're just driving off of memory. And, of course, something could happen to snap you back in the present moment, but for the most part, you're just operating off of muscle memory to an extent. So when we are outside of our comfort zone, and with the example of driving, if I'm in a new area, I'm more alert. I'm more tuned into the road because I'm not familiar with my surroundings. It's similar when you're in a difficult time, right? You're not familiar with your experience. So you're more aware of the fact that your situation is different. It's not what you're accustomed to. It's a different situation. So you then start using parts of yourself, your brain, that you sometimes haven't had to use. It's similar to like if you're going through an exercise program, right? And every day in the program you do the same workout, and then one day that video it doesn't work and you have to do a different video. Well, you're gonna feel a difference because you're exercising different muscles, things that you maybe haven't activated in the previous videos, the previous repeating video. So a change through an unfortunate situation can catapult you in an area of growth that you otherwise wouldn't have reached as soon or wouldn't have reached at all. So it's important to look for those things in those difficult times. As difficult as that may be in the difficult time, know that it's an opportunity for you to grow. And it's an opportunity that you couldn't really purchase. You couldn't make happen on your own. It's a unique experience that will create once in a lifetime results. That's a helpful way to think when you're going through a difficult time. And that ties me into my second point, which is it's a training ground. This difficult time is a training ground for you to show yourself that you're not going to let it be wasted. You're not going to let this difficult situation be a waste. Something is going to come from it. And that's going to be a new you, growth, a new stronger you. Because you can choose to look at it as if I'm being punished. Life's now really hard. I'm being punished for something and it's very difficult, and I'm mad. That's an option. You definitely can take that option, but what are you going to get from that? You're probably not going to get that much from that. So why not take a different approach of, I'm going to grow. I'm going to grow from this. Not many people take the opportunity to view a difficult time through that perspective. This is a growth opportunity for me. Yes, I don't like it, but I don't want to waste it. And if at all possible, I don't want to go through it again. I've heard that lessons that we don't learn come back around again. So why not get the lesson from it, grow in the midst of it, possibly even uplift or encourage someone else that, may be privy to the details of what you're experiencing in it, and make the best out of it. It's easier said than done for sure. There will be dark moments. There will be times of overwhelm, if I'm being honest. But there will be an end to it as well, if I'm being honest. So why not grow? Why not grow while you're going through it? I encourage you to let this experience that you're going through, or maybe you're not going through something right now. Maybe you have gone through something, and unfortunately, you likely will go through something. So, why not shape your mind if you're in it, or in advance to going and getting in it. Shape your mind to know that this is an experience that I don't have to pay for financially, but I'm going to get a good return on it. I'm going to get a good return on my time, my, you could call it pain and suffering. I'm going to get a good return on it. It's not going to be in vain, and it's not going to be something that I have to go through the exact same way, because I'm going to get the lesson, and I'm going to be better, and I'm going to grow. And if in the midst of it I can help someone, maybe afterwards, I can help someone. As I mentioned before, I don't think we go through things for the sake of just going through them for ourselves. I think that someone else can grow and possibly not have to go through something the exact same way that we go through it. But, I think it's important to get all that's yours. Get all that you can. Get all that's meant for you in the midst of a situation. Get it all. As much of the good as you can get out of it. That makes it a little more, sweet when you can look back and you see that I got as much as I could get out of that for my good, and I'm content. I don't have any regrets. I did my best in that situation, and I'm at peace with the outcome. I'm at peace with where I'm at right now. There's something in life that all of us will likely go through, and I think we have to go through, and that's a job layoff. I think everybody needs to experience a layoff, and not so much as like get laid off from your dream job, but just maybe even if it's your first job, maybe maybe it's just your first job, and that's you're like, oh, I got my job and I'm so excited. And there is something that gets built in you when you are laid off. It puts life in perspective. It puts this working life in perspective. It does something for you that I don't think you would be able to just get it had everything just been great and life been a happy path. I don't wish anything morbid on myself or on anybody, but I think a job layoff, especially early on in one's career, I think you can recover. It's a recoverable experience. You can recover from that. But there's some invaluable lessons that you wouldn't have gotten had everything gone according to plan. There's some new resilience that you get to tap into. There's a stretching of your band that you wouldn't have otherwise had. There's a resourcefulness that you can tap into. There's a stepping out of one comfort zone that you get to experience and feel. So, not that I'm hoping this happens to you, but if it already has, take a moment to reflect back on that and see, how did you recover from that? That's something worth logging and reminding yourself of. Like, I went through a difficult such and such and I recovered from it. And for whatever future difficult things you may experience, you can remind yourself that I'm going to recover from that too, because I have a history, I have a track record of recovering. That's what I do. I recover. and allow that to encourage you and uplift you with whatever you're experiencing, where you need that encouragement, you need that uplifting. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. You are more resilient than you realize. I am more resilient than I realize. These are reminders that we can't go too many days without telling ourselves or, saying to ourselves, because it helps us. It helps us before we have to experience something, in the midst of experiencing something, after we experience something. These simple reminders, they help us. So I encourage you to share this video, subscribe to the channel. If you already checked in the description box, that's great. If you haven't, please check the description box. I put some worksheets and forms typically accompanying that specific video, and then sometimes I have some general forms and worksheets that just help you think through what is that topic, or just going forward and growing in life. So please check the description box. Take a look at some of the other videos on the channel. Many of the videos on this channel, when I'm saying some of the things that I'm saying, I'm experiencing it right in that moment while I'm recording. And it got me through. And so I hope the same for you. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.